Have you ever thought you're making a healthy choice by reaching for a piece of fruit, only to later realize it might be silently harming you? It's a shocking idea, isn't it? From a young age, we're taught that fruits are nature's perfect foods, colorful, juicy, filled with vitamins and antioxidants. Parents, doctors, and dietitians alike have told us, eat more fruits for better health. And it's true, fruits offer countless benefits. But what if I told you that after 50-some fruits, even the ones you believed were your allies, could quietly chip away at your bone health? After 50, our bones face new challenges. Hormonal changes lead to faster bone loss. Calcium absorption decreases naturally. Chronic low-grade inflammation becomes more common. And certain fruits, despite their good reputation, can worsen these issues if not chosen wisely. Today, we're going to uncover the 7 most surprising fruits that could be weakening your bones after 50 fruits that many people still consume every day without a second thought. Even more importantly, I'll share smarter alternatives. You can enjoy fruits that truly support strong, resilient bones as you age gracefully. Because your golden years should be filled with vitality, not fragile bones and fractures. Are you ready to separate fact from fiction and protect your bone health for years to come? Let's dive in and discover the hidden dangers and the simple solutions that can make all the difference. Fruits have always been celebrated as the jewels of a healthy diet, rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. They are often the first foods we reach for when we want to make healthier choices. But here's an important truth many overlook. Not all fruits are equally beneficial, especially after 50 when bone health becomes a critical concern. As we age, our bodies undergo several unavoidable biological changes. Bone density declines, starting as early as your 30s and accelerating after menopause or andropause. Bones naturally lose mineral content, becoming thinner and more fragile. Calcium absorption drops. The efficiency with which your intestines absorb calcium from food decreases, meaning even if you're eating calcium-rich foods, your body may not fully utilize them. Hormonal shifts. Reductions in estrogen, testosterone, and growth hormone levels diminish bone remodeling and repair. Inflammation increases. Chronic low-grade inflammation, known as inflammaging, becomes more common, which further speeds up bone loss. Now, how do fruits come into play? Some fruits, despite being packed with vitamins, also have hidden characteristics that can quietly sabotage bone strength. High natural sugar content promoting inflammation and mineral loss. Excessive acidity, which leaches calcium from bones to neutralize pH levels. Presence of anti-nutrients like oxalates, which bind calcium and prevent its absorption. Worse, because fruits are so heavily marketed as always healthy, very few people realize the risk. Millions of adults over 50 believing they're protecting their health eat large quantities of these problematic fruits daily, unknowingly accelerating bone weakening, increasing fracture risk, and setting themselves up for serious complications later. But knowledge is power. Understanding which fruits to limit and which ones to embrace can help you make small, smart choices that protect your bones, boost your vitality, and keep you strong for decades to come. In the next sections, we'll break down the 7 specific fruits you should think twice about and reveal safer, bone-friendly alternatives. Grapefruit, the vibrant, juicy citrus fruit that's often associated with weight loss and a vitamin C boost. Many people over 50 enjoy starting their mornings with half a grapefruit or a glass of freshly squeezed juice, believing they're doing something wonderful for their health. But what most people don't realize is that grapefruit can quietly work against your bones. Here's why. First, grapefruit contains compounds called furanocoumarins. These chemicals interfere with enzymes in your liver, responsible for metabolizing certain medications, particularly statins, blood pressure drugs, and even some medications prescribed for osteoporosis. When these medications aren't properly metabolized, it can lead to dangerously high blood concentrations, increasing the risk of side effects and complicating bone health management. Second, grapefruit is naturally highly acidic. Frequent intake of acidic foods can lower the pH balance of your blood. To neutralize this acidity, your body may leach calcium from your bones, gradually depleting your bone mineral density over time. Imagine this. Each morning, grapefruit you think is helping your heart could in fact be silently weakening your skeleton if eaten excessively and without balance. Take the story of Mrs. Angela, a vibrant 62-year-old woman. She believed her daily grapefruit ritual was the secret behind her slim figure and radiant skin. However, after suffering a minor wrist fracture from a simple fall, a bone density scan revealed she was already entering early osteoporosis. When her doctor reviewed her diet and lifestyle, the grapefruit habit combined with medication interference was immediately flagged. By adjusting her fruit choices, incorporating more alkaline options like berries, and strengthening her bone-supportive nutrient intake, Angela managed to stabilize her bone health and prevent further damage. So should you eliminate grapefruit completely? Not necessarily. If you're not on medications that interact with grapefruit and you enjoy it occasionally, it can still be part of a balanced diet. But if you consume it daily, especially while taking prescribed medications, it's wise to consult your doctor and consider swapping it out for lower-acid, bone-friendly fruits. Your bones are counting on you to make the smarter choice. Tomatoes, a staple in salads, sandwiches, sauces, and countless dishes around the world. Bright, juicy, and bursting with flavor, tomatoes are often considered a symbol of healthy eating. But when it comes to maintaining strong bones after 50, there's a hidden side to tomatoes that deserves your attention. First, tomatoes are naturally highly acidic. Although they offer wonderful nutrients like vitamin C, lycopene, and potassium, their acidity can disrupt the body's delicate pH balance. When your diet is too heavy in acidic foods, your body must work to neutralize this internal acidity to maintain a stable blood pH. And how does it do that? By drawing alkaline minerals like calcium from your bones, weakening them over time. This calcium leaching effect is subtle. You won't feel it immediately, but over months and years, if a highly acidic diet isn't balanced with enough alkaline foods, the result can be significant bone mineral loss. Second, tomatoes are often consumed in processed forms. Think tomato sauces, ketchup, canned soups, and juices. These products are not only more acidic, but also frequently high in sodium. Excessive sodium can exacerbate calcium loss through the kidneys, further undermining your bone health. Let's take the case of Mr. Albert, a 67-year-old food lover who enjoyed pasta with tomato sauce almost every evening. After a mild hip fracture during a simple stumble at home, his bone density scan revealed concerning results. When his doctor analyzed his diet, the pattern was clear. High intake of acidic processed tomato products without enough alkaline calcium-rich foods to balance them. After adjusting his meals, reducing tomato-based dishes, increasing leafy greens, and adding more alkaline fruits like pears and kiwis, Albert's bone health markers began to improve within the year. So should you completely avoid tomatoes? Absolutely not. Tomatoes have plenty of health benefits. The key is moderation and balance. Enjoy fresh ripe tomatoes occasionally. Pair them with alkaline foods like spinach, kale, or avocado. Limit highly processed tomato products that are loaded with sodium and added sugars. It's not about demonizing healthy foods. It's about creating balance to protect the strength and resilience of your bones for years to come. Dried fruits, compact, sweet, and convenient. They seem like the ultimate healthy snack, right? A small handful of dried apricots or figs feels like a wholesome choice, especially when you're craving something naturally sweet. But when it comes to protecting your bones, after 50 dried fruits, hide some risks you need to be aware of. First, dried fruits are extremely concentrated sources of sugar. During the drying process, water is removed, but the natural sugars remain, meaning a small handful of dried fruits can deliver the sugar equivalent of eating a much larger amount of fresh fruit. And why does this matter for your bones? Excessive sugar intake has been shown to increase systemic inflammation, disrupt mineral balance, accelerate calcium excretion through the urine. In simpler terms, too much sugar weakens your bones by fueling inflammation and robbing your body of the very minerals it needs to maintain strength. Second, many commercially available dried fruits, especially packaged apricots and figs, are often treated with sulfites to preserve color and extend shelf life. Sulfites can trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals, putting additional stress on bone metabolism indirectly. Let's look at the experience of Mr. David, a 70-year-old retiree who prided himself on making healthy choices. He swapped candy bars for dried fruit snacks, believing he was doing his body a favor. But within 2 years, he experienced a noticeable decline in bone density, confirmed through medical scans. Upon examining his diet, it became clear high daily sugar loads from dried fruits were contributing to low-grade inflammation and increased calcium loss. After shifting to fresh low-sugar fruits like berries, pears, and kiwis, and significantly reducing his dried fruit intake, Mr. David not only stabilized his bone loss, but also reported improved energy levels and better digestion. So should you eliminate dried fruits completely? Not necessarily. Moderation is key. Choose organic, unsweetened dried fruits without added sulfites. Treat dried fruits as an occasional garnish, e.g. a few pieces in oatmeal or salad, rather than a snack by the handful. Always pair them with bone-friendly foods like nuts or yogurt to help buffer sugar spikes. Remember, small adjustments can yield big protective benefits for your bones over time. Pineapple, sweet, juicy, and bursting with tropical flavor. It's a favorite in fruit salads, smoothies, and desserts, often praised for its high vitamin C content and digestive benefits. But as refreshing as it is, pineapple can pose hidden dangers to your bone health if consumed excessively, especially after the age of 50. First, like tomatoes and grapefruit, pineapple is highly acidic. Frequent consumption of acidic foods can gradually shift the body's internal pH balance toward a more acidic state. And to neutralize excess acidity, your body may withdraw calcium from your bones, weakening them over time without any immediate symptoms. Second, pineapple contains a natural enzyme called bromelain, which aids digestion and reduces inflammation in moderate amounts. However, when consumed in large quantities, especially in juice form, bromelain can alter mineral absorption and subtly disrupt the body's electrolyte balance, indirectly impacting bone metabolism. Moreover, many people don't just eat fresh pineapple. They consume canned pineapple, often packed in sugary syrups. The added sugars contribute further to systemic inflammation, setting up a double hit to your bones: acidity plus sugar. Consider the case of Mrs. Helen, a 65-year-old woman who loved adding canned pineapple chunks to her meals every day. Believing she was making a healthy choice, she unknowingly increased her intake of both sugar and acid. Within 3 years, her routine bone scan revealed early signs of osteopenia, the stage before osteoporosis. After reviewing her diet, Helen switched to low-acid, low-sugar fruits like blueberries and oranges, while keeping pineapple as an occasional treat. Within a year, her bone density measurements showed encouraging improvements. So should you completely avoid pineapple? Not at all. Pineapple in moderation offers fantastic benefits, from immune support to digestive health. Here's the smart strategy. Opt for fresh pineapple over canned versions packed in syrup. Limit portions to a few small slices a few times a week. Always pair pineapple with alkaline-forming foods like spinach or almonds to help neutralize acidity. By practicing moderation and balance, you can enjoy pineapple's goodness without sacrificing your bone health. Rhubarb, the tart, vibrant stalk often used in pies, jams, and desserts. Though technically a vegetable, it's commonly treated like a fruit in the kitchen, adding a refreshing zing to many recipes. At first glance, rhubarb seems like a harmless treat, especially when combined with strawberries or a sprinkle of sugar. But when it comes to safeguarding your bones after 50, rhubarb poses a significant hidden threat. Why? First and foremost, rhubarb is extremely high in oxalates, even more so than almonds, spinach, or beets. Oxalates are compounds that bind to calcium in your gut, forming insoluble crystals. This binding prevents calcium from being absorbed properly into your bloodstream and bones, depriving your body of a critical mineral necessary for maintaining bone strength. But that's not all. If oxalates accumulate excessively in the body, they can contribute to kidney stone formation, adding another layer of health risk, particularly for older adults whose renal function may already be declining. Imagine this. You enjoy a delicious rhubarb pie on weekends, believing you're indulging in a simple pleasure. Over time, however, your body is being starved of the calcium needed to keep your bones dense and strong, setting the stage for silent, gradual bone weakening. Let's revisit Mrs. Linda, a cheerful 64-year-old who adored baking rhubarb crumbles for her family. Despite a reasonably healthy diet overall, Linda experienced unexpected back pain and was later diagnosed with early osteoporosis. Her doctors traced part of the issue back to her frequent consumption of oxalate-rich foods, particularly rhubarb desserts. Once she reduced her intake, focused on low-oxalate fruits like blueberries and cherries, and increased her dietary calcium, her bone density stabilized and even showed modest improvement within 2 years. Should you swear off rhubarb forever? Not necessarily, but extreme moderation is key. Treat rhubarb as an occasional indulgence, not a regular part of your diet. When you do enjoy it, pair it with calcium-rich foods, like yogurt, to help offset oxalate effects. And be especially cautious if you have a personal or family history of kidney stones or bone density loss. When it comes to protecting your bones, knowledge and mindful eating truly is power. Bananas, the ultimate convenient snack. Naturally prepackaged, rich in potassium, and often hailed as an energy-boosting superfood, bananas are beloved by people of all ages. But while bananas do offer many health benefits, They also carry hidden risks for bone health, especially if eaten excessively after 50. Here's why. First, bananas are relatively high in natural sugars, especially compared to other fruits like berries. Consistently high sugar intake even from natural sources can contribute to systemic inflammation. And as we know, chronic low-grade inflammation is a major accelerator of bone loss in aging adults. Second, although bananas are rich in potassium, they are also considered a moderately acid-forming food, once metabolized. A diet overly tilted toward acid-forming foods forces the body to draw calcium from the bones to help buffer and neutralize internal acidity, gradually eroding bone mineral density. And there's another overlooked factor. Many people eat multiple bananas per day in smoothies, breakfasts, snacks, without realizing they're piling up significant amounts of sugar and acidity. Take Mr. Richard, a 66-year-old avid cyclist who loved eating 2 or 3 bananas a day to fuel his rides. Although he stayed active, Richard was shocked when a bone density scan revealed early osteopenia. His diet was healthy in many ways, but the constant sugar load from bananas combined with insufficient calcium intake created a silent threat to his skeletal health. With professional guidance, Richard modified his routine. He limited his banana intake to 1 small banana a few times a week, replaced excess fruit sugars with a wider variety of berries, and emphasized alkaline vegetables and calcium-rich foods. Within a year, his bone markers showed improvement. So should you stop eating bananas altogether? No, bananas still have wonderful nutritional value, particularly for heart and muscle health. The key lies in portion control and balance. Stick to 1 small banana per day or every other day. Combine bananas with bone-protective foods like chia seeds, almonds, or leafy greens. Diversify your fruit choices to include more low-sugar alkaline fruits like kiwi, papaya, or blueberries. Smart choices allow you to enjoy your favorite foods while protecting the very foundation that supports your body, your bones. Cranberries. Those little red jewels often associated with urinary tract health, Thanksgiving dinners, and superfood marketing. Fresh cranberries are indeed rich in antioxidants and have beneficial properties for urinary health. But when it comes to bone health, especially after the age of 50, cranberries, particularly sweetened dried cranberries, can present serious hidden risks. Let's break it down. First, most cranberries sold in stores, especially dried cranberries, are heavily sweetened. In fact, many commercial brands contain more added sugar by weight than actual fruit. Consuming large amounts of added sugar on a daily basis increases systemic inflammation, promotes insulin resistance, accelerates calcium loss from bones. In other words, all the sugar hiding inside that healthy-looking bag of dried cranberries can quietly contribute to weakening your skeleton over time. Second, high-sugar diets are associated with greater production of advanced glycation end products, AGEs. AGEs are harmful compounds that stiffen tissues, inflame blood vessels, and impair the bone remodeling process, critical for maintaining strong, flexible bones. Take Mrs. Charlotte, a lively 69-year-old who swapped candy for dried cranberries as a healthier snack. She would munch on several handfuls throughout the day, believing she was making a smart choice. However, after experiencing a minor fracture from a simple misstep, her medical team identified high sugar consumption, especially from sweetened fruits, as one of the contributors to her compromised bone strength. After switching to unsweetened cranberries in moderation and focusing on whole low-sugar fruits like blueberries and raspberries, Charlotte saw improvements not only in her bone density, but also in her energy and blood sugar control. So should you eliminate cranberries completely? No, fresh or unsweetened cranberries still have a place in a healthy, balanced diet. Here's how to enjoy them wisely. Choose unsweetened dried cranberries or fresh cranberries whenever possible. If using dried cranberries, use them as a topping, a sprinkle in oatmeal or salad, not a handful as a snack. Balance cranberry consumption with calcium-rich anti-inflammatory foods. Mindful adjustments today protect your bones for the years to come. Fruits are one of nature's greatest gifts. Colorful, flavorful, packed with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. They fuel our energy, protect our hearts, and boost our immune systems. But as we've seen today, even healthy foods can have hidden pitfalls if we don't choose wisely, or if we consume them without balance, especially when it comes to protecting our bones after 50. As we age, bone health becomes a silent battle happening beneath the surface. Every bite we take either strengthens that foundation or chips away at it, little by little. The truth is, you don't need to fear fruits. You just need to be smart about which ones you eat, how often you eat them, and in what quantities. Here's your simple roadmap going forward. Prioritize low sugar, low acid fruits like berries, kiwis, and pears. Limit high oxalate and highly acidic fruits to occasional treats. Always balance your diet with calcium-rich foods and plenty of greens. Stay mindful about portion sizes because even healthy foods in excess can have unintended consequences. Remember, you are in control of your health journey. Small, consistent choices today create a stronger, more resilient you tomorrow. So which fruit surprised you the most today? Was there one you always thought was harmless that you'll now enjoy more carefully? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let's inspire each other to build healthier, stronger lives after 50. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss more practical science-backed health tips designed just for you. Together we can make thriving after 50 the new normal. Vibrant bones, vibrant lives, vibrant you. Stay strong, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next video.